Okay, everyone, we are currently live on YouTube at the moment. For anyone who is watching, what I want to tell you is that when you watch, you can comment. And when you comment, what's going to happen is I will see those comments and I will bring them to the attention of the board if they are appropriate and at the appropriate time. So please watch. If you would have any questions or you want to try it out, please comment and we will go from there. And then with that, I will turn it over to Margot Braille to begin the meeting.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. And in deference to all, my camera is not working, and I think that's probably just as well. We have my my lockdown hairdo and office mates here, the cats, the dogs, and someplace there's a husband in pajamas. So I think it's just as well we're not seeing me. I'd like to have the roll called, please. Is Lynn available, or am I doing it?
No, I have it, Margot.
Thank you, Lynn. Would you please call the roll?
Sure. Margot?
Yes. Yes, he's there.
Andre Jordan?
Here.
John Ansel? Bob Brennan? Mike Lightnight? Andy Button?
Here.
Bob Galinsky?
Here.
Bill Montgomery?
Here.
Bob Reynolds?
Here.
Bill Sharon?
Good, Justin Starlin here.
Mike Steiner?
Here.
Michael Knappich? Hillary Carroll?
Here.
Michael Phelps?
Yeah, thank you.
And Bonnie West. Fred Troyer?
Fred.
Fred just typed in he's not getting any audio.
Okay, so Fred, I don't know if you can hear us or not. We're getting a lot of feedback from inside of your car, so I put you on mute. That seemed to be where we're getting the most noise. So if there's some way you can quiet down what we're getting in there. It looks like we just lost your video too, Fred. All right, then I think, Margot, we should go ahead and get started.
Okay. In front of us, we have today our package. Thank you very much for circulating that. And we have one item today that we're going to review, which is a request from Certified Angus Beef. Jonathan, are you going to speak to that for us?
Yes, happy to give an introduction. We may have some guests with us today.
Jonathan, we've lost your audio.
Yeah, he's muted.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you. Greetings, everyone. All right, am I coming through okay?
Yes.
Yes, now.
Perfect. All right, so this afternoon, we're looking at Certified Angus Beef, LLC. And this company we have worked with before in the past. They are this year becoming one of our top 10 employers for the community. And the application is seeking a 50% 10-year abatement through Wayne County's Rural Enterprise Zone program. This is a little different, although we've done it once before with Daisy Brand, in that this project is actually being managed through the Wayne County Commissioner's Office. And this is the city of Wooster seeking to petition the commissioners for entry into this program. There will be some additional work that the commissioners will be doing to evaluate the application as we did with the past time when we went through a request using the rural enterprise program versus where we typically work with is in the rural, the urban side of it. In the application, if you're able to follow through, we've provided our typical summary, taking a look at the general aspects of the project, which is the construction of an 18,000 square foot warehouse and print shop facility. Those of you who were with us back in 2014 might remember that we spent time working with Certified Angus Beef to expand their facility on the south of Riffle Road. Today, a campus that consists of three buildings, and one of those structures was a warehouse. The company has vastly exceeded their growth commitments. At that time, they had the equivalent of 78 full-time employees, and they had committed to hiring an additional 10. Today, they have 123 full-time equivalent workers on the campus, and they need additional space, particularly with the print shop and warehouse. The existing warehouse facility would be retrofitted and converted into office space, and that would allow for continued job growth on the South Campus. While on the North Campus, the print shop and warehouse facility would help fulfill the company's material production that is a very large aspect of what they do, being a brand manufacturer. If you're following through with us on the summary, the company would be committing to the creation of 6 jobs on site. Those will be jobs that will be relocated from the South Campus, presently in the city's enterprise zone, and that project will result in the existing warehouse being made available for future office staff. So as far as the project's concerned, on the site that's proposed, there will be 6 jobs that are created. Yes, those are being relocated from the current campus, but those jobs will be replaced with office staff working in different fields for the same company. So all in all, at the end of the day, we will essentially see growth from 123 full-time equivalents to 129 full-time equivalents on the Wooster campus for Certified Angus Beef with the creation of their 4th campus facility. With this project, it does meet the minimum criteria for the Wayne County Rural Enterprise Zone program, which can consider projects with fewer than 10 employees. In fact, as little as 1 employee. Either retained or created. So the project metric exceeds those requirements for that program. The tax abatement impacts, we take a look at a minimum and maximum level of investment from our applicants that you can see in the application. And we're taking a look at a total annual savings of between $10,000 and $17,000, depending upon the ultimate valuation of the project. As far as the real estate revenue that is created from the project, that results during the abatement an additional $12,000 to $19,000 of revenue that does not exist today. This is what we would call a primary employer. In fact, the company's operations or parent company is based out of state. They're not population driven. This is a type of industry that has a very strong economic multiplier effect for every job that it creates. They work throughout the world with offices on different continents, including Dubai and Japan. And they do a lot to support the agricultural industry throughout, not just the United States, but other Angus beef, the Angus beef industry throughout the rest of the world. So that being said, those are the metrics that you'll see in the summary report of what's being requested, what those impacts are. We've also included, just to provide a little bit more clarity, an explanation as to the specific site location. So you see some photographs of the existing print shop facility, which, by the way, is a 5,000 square foot facility. And so we're talking about seeing a building that would be more than triple the size on the property immediately to the north. And a little bit further down, you see an explanation of what that campus looks like, along with the applicant's specific application. Hopefully you saw the email that I sent out earlier. We did have a slight technical error on my side. You do have and if you're on this meeting call, you've seen the actual application that was provided to the Worcester City School District and to Worcester City Council. It's a total commitment of 6 jobs. Again, we hope for more, and this particular company has vastly exceeded that in the past. And at the very end, you'll see a rendering of what the proposed look for the project would be. And that's part of the other aspect to this, is that the building project is looking to incorporate and take some creative and some expensive takes on being able to create a structure that's going to be architecturally pleasing, play off of the industry's brand, and also the rural atmosphere of Wayne County. So this could easily be a very dull building. Certified Angus beef is really done anything but with their past projects, and this is something we would consider very creative. That being the case, I would open it up to questions, but first, I did understand that we might have a guest today. I don't know, Brent or Alex, would either of you be in attendance?
I'm here as well as Alex. I don't know, can you hear me from an audio standpoint?
Yes, we can. I
Excellent.
see now on my screen. So thank you for joining us. And I'd like to ask if you have any comments that you would like to share with us, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Well, again, first of all, thank you. Under the circumstances, entertaining this point of business, I'm sure this is unusual times for all of us. And I don't know if this meeting has ever been done virtually, but so far I'm pretty impressed if the internet holds up. But you guys, I just want to say thank you for, certainly the past abatements and what those have done for our organization. Probably in terms of really just support, the show of support by Wooster and the county, by its leadership. As Jonathan mentioned, we are owned by a parent company out of St. Joe, Missouri. And I know that being able to put these abatement dollars in front of our board of directors, we have found a tremendous amount of support for the investments that we've talked about, whether it's any of those 3 buildings that we've developed over time since really 1994. In that original abatement request. So while the dollars are always significant, I think as much as anything, it's been the support that the community has given us in these abatement requests. And our goal would certainly be to meet and exceed any expectations with this one as well. But the old adage of under commit and over deliver, I guess, hopefully will stand true here once again. But I think a big part of this project, not only the moving of 6 jobs, but we are landlocked when it comes to parking. And so any further development of our current site on the south end of Worcester is contingent upon more parking. And so on our site plan, I believe Alex, who's really been leading the project for our team, I believe we have 78 parking spots penciled in on our submittal. And so again, shows you an indication of, certainly our optimism to grow not only on this new facility, but as much as any to be able to further develop and grow on our existing site and to repurpose that 5,000 square foot into office space, but then also to build a connector that would allow that warehouse to connect up with our main office building and again, allow us to continue to expand as a company.
Thank you very much. Are there questions for Mr. Eicher? If not, I'd entertain a motion to get it on the floor, please.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, Justin Starlin moved. Second, please.
Second, Doria.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion, a second on the floor. Discussion.
Just as a note to everyone, if you are currently muted and you want to talk, just make sure you unmute yourself first.
Well, hearing no comments or questions, I think we can take it to the vote. All those in favor of extending the abatement request, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, those opposed, same sign. The abatement is approved and we are very pleased. Thank you again for all you do for us and how excited we are to have such a wonderful employer, Mr. Eicher. We're very pleased.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Appreciate the vote of support, and I'm sure our board will be very pleased. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Now, next, Jonathan.
So our only other item here is scheduled for next meeting. At this point, we do have a couple other irons in the fire, and we hope to be reaching out to everyone here soon for another meeting within the next few weeks.
Mhm.
That being the case, we might still be underneath quarantine orders and maybe doing this again over video, but thank you for bearing with us, everyone. We appreciate your time, and nothing else from project management.
Mhm. Well, I think based on the notes we got today regarding the, yesterday and today regarding the new proposal, the new request, I think a meeting perhaps next week would be in order. Is that feasible? So we can keep, it's nice to feel that we're keeping things moving even when we're separate, apart, but together. So.
Yeah, I think that next week might be a real possibility. We have a application that's in process right now for a CRA request. And once we have that completed, we don't have that in hand just yet, but tentatively next week even, we could meet if anyone would, I guess now would be a good time to ask, would anyone object to a meeting this time next week if we're able to get things in on time? So seeing none, we will continue to work through our process, and if we're able to do that, you'll probably see a meeting invite out from us as soon as we're able to solidify details on the latest application.
John, thank you very much for being our tech support and organizing it. You've done a wonderful job, and it really has been very nice and smooth for us. I'm really appreciative, and it's nice to see everybody's face and see us all well. Dr. Tefts, how are you holding up?
We're hanging in there. We'd much rather have our kids in our schools. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, for all of those people who are homeschooling children, they know exactly how you feel.
Yeah.
Although I will tell you, I suspect you're going to have fewer protests over increases in teacher salaries after
Yeah.
this.
Thank you very much for asking. We're hanging in there. Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Mayor, do you have anything to say?
No, I think I'm finally live and with sound. I was having some difficulties right there at first, but I definitely want to say thank you to Certified Angus Beef. We're so thrilled to have you guys growing in our community, and we look forward to continuing supporting you and everything that you do and that we can. So thanks there, and thanks to everybody for joining this meeting. You know, when you get thrown lemons, you try to make lemonade, and I think that's what we're doing here at the city and throughout our whole community. So we'll get through this, and hopefully things will start shining here as the sun is right now. So
Good.
thank you, Margot.
Anybody else have anything? Okay, if not, entertain a motion for adjournment. Okay, I heard a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Good day. Bye.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
Okay, what time is it? Is it what, 4?